Thanks, Aaron. Well, this morning, the Minnesota Department of Labor and Industry announced an increase in Minnesota's minimum wage due to inflation, effective January 1st.
KIMT News 3's Alex Dieter checked in with the Minnesota Department of Labor and Industry to find out how this increase will impact Minnesota employees and businesses. Alex?
That's right. The Minnesota minimum wage rate will increase by 2.5% this January. Earlier today, I checked in with the Department of Labor and Industry and a local Rochester store owner to realize what the impacts of this could be. Every year, the Commissioner of the Department of Labor and Industry is required to determine and announce the inflation-adjusted minimum wage rate by August 31st. The 2022 rate was announced earlier today.
This past year, when we did the calculations, the change in the price index we used was an increase of 2.5%. So minimum wage rates as of January 1st, 2022 will be going up 2.5%.
With the 2.5% increase to the Minnesota minimum wage, large employer minimum wages will increase from $10.08 to $10.33 an hour, equivalent to a quarter. Other state employers will increase their minimum wage from $8.21 an hour to $8.42 an hour, equivalent to 21 cents. Due to the much higher minimum wage rates in Minneapolis and St. Paul, the state minimum wage rates do not apply to work performed in the Twin Cities.
Outside of Minneapolis and St. Paul, the last time our agency was able to estimate, there were slightly more than 200,000 jobs that paid the minimum wage rate as of February 2020, before the pandemic hit. So it's going to roughly affect 200,000 jobs, and that would be in food and drinking establishments, retail, and other types of industries where people get paid the minimum wage rate.
I spoke with Rochester's Clothes Mentor store manager, Brittany Kisrow, who said, quoting here, "It's a good thing because people who live on minimum wage need that raise," end quote. Still, she's concerned about small businesses forced to compete with wages offered by department stores, which will rise this upcoming year too.
Minnesota also has a employee notice requirement. Minnesota also has an employee notice requirement, and employers are required to provide each employee with a written notice of any change before any change in their wages takes effect. So if there's a change to the employee's rate of pay, the Minnesota employer does need to give them a notice requirement for that.
The decision comes from a law passed in 2014 by the state legislature that ensures that the minimum wage rate stays even with inflation. Live in Rochester, Alex Dieterer, KIMT News 3.
Thanks, Alex. Employers of wait staff or other tipped employees may not use employee tips to offset the minimum wage, so they must be paid minimum wage for all their hours worked.